The weather today is much like yesterday. Not very nice for cycling, so we're taking another day off the bikes. This is Oi Shrine, the main shrine in Shimada and just down the road from our guest house.
It was a particularly aesthetic shrine with lamp towers, statues, manicured trees and gardens.
The rain and music playing made it feel almost cliché, several elements combining to set a somewhat theatrical tone to the experience.
Definitely worth a visit if you're in the area. Then it was time for lunch at a family-run izakaya. We ordered at a ticket machine, which took some translation stress away. The only other people eating seemed to be friends of the owners, and were having a great time watching TV and chatting.
The food was excellent. I'm unsure of the name, but the coordinates of the restaurant are in the description. Seeing as we didn't do much more today, here's a run-through of our cockpit setups. I thought we would take an opportunity to show you through the cockpits of the bikes as we go through Japan. We've kind of got a modified setup with the front bags. Both of our bags aren't actual cycling front bags, they're both camera bags that we've adapted for the purpose. One of the main goals was to obviously store a decent amount of stuff, but also have them able to be taken off the bike and used as a day bag, so that we can take all our valuables with us quickly when we want to get off the bikes. So my bag is a Lowepro Nova 200, AW2 is the model. I position it with kind of the front flap of the bag facing me, so it's very easy just to open it up while I'm on the bike and access everything from inside. Inside we've got my Z9 camera, obviously a little bit overkill for cycle touring. It's Nikon's Pro mirrorless body, but it's the best camera I've ever used, and it's my baby, so I had to bring it with me. I shoot with a 24-120 f4 lens, pretty decent zoom range, and quality's pretty good as well. So happy with that. If I had a choice, I probably would have got the native Z version. I'm running it with the adapter. The Z lens would bring the form factor down a little bit and make it a little bit lighter, but it works all right as it is. Also in the bag, on the left side, I've got my Leatherman mouse and headphones. In this divider, there's pens and any other small things. This one normally has food. At the moment it's empty. Next is a notebook and my SSDs. And then finally, it's just other things like a lighter, breath mints, spare headphones, and that sort of thing. Also, I've got power. So this is my power adapter and the GoPro charger in that pocket. And this pocket down here is for microphone and the Tascam audio recorder, which I'm currently using now. We use this to do voiceovers when we're anywhere that we can do a voiceover, and I was hoping to use this more on the road to capture my voice doing GoPro stuff, but it's just a lot of hassle to sync later and also to have it on running all day, so I haven't been using this on the go, but it's a really good microphone to record into the computer for voiceovers. In the top flap, these two zipped pockets are for cables. So we've got USB-C, USB-A, the SSD connector cable, and then in these little flaps we've just got, that's a card reader and some SD cards for the GoPro. In this laptop pocket, I mostly just have paper during the day because my laptop actually goes in a pannier, but if I ever have to take my laptop off the bike, it just slides in there. It's got two side pockets, which I can put rubbish in, or bottles as the bag's off the bike. And in the front here, there's a little pocket for used GoPro batteries, any other little bits and pieces, tape, and the zipped pocket that has our passports and important information. And finally, the accessible pocket while I'm on the bike is this one here. And this has important things like mask and sunglasses and fresh GoPro batteries that I can just grab on the go. At the front here, we've modified it with putting some eyelets in. So with some shock cord, that allows me to put things in the front of the bag, like a jumper that I've just taken off. And also there's a back zipper, which has the strap that I can just throw on whenever the bag comes off the bike. I'm also representing Blue Lug with a pin, and the Brisbane Lions 2023 membership pin as well. Unfortunately, I haven't found other pins on our journey. I really wanted to deck this out with like patches and pins, but not really a thing in Japan, which is a bit unfortunate, but hey, that's all good. So the way this comes off the bike is just with shock cord down the bottom through an eyelet, just with a toggle, undo it there, undo it here. And then on this side, I've just made a little wire hook. And so that actually also keeps the flap down on my pizza rack while it's on the bike. And so when it's off the bike, or I want a bit more security, I can actually use the buckle to keep it safe, and then use these D-rings to put the strap on, and then it's immediately off the bike, ready to take away. I'll just put it back on quickly. So obviously, not being a dedicated bike bag, it's not like super secure, but it actually stays on really well with what we've put on, and it's only come off once, and that's because this little hook popped off over a bump and it kind of tipped forward. But apart from that, it's been really secure. So this is my cockpit while I'm riding. Obviously on the front, I've got the bag with the easy access pocket as I'm on the go. I've also got this Lockline GoPro mount with snap lock magnetic mounts on the end. So whenever I'm riding, I can just reach down, grab the GoPro, turn it on, film a bit, and then pop it back. Super easy. I can also use it as a tripod. So just set it up, it's good to go. I can move it around, pop it on the drops, get a different perspective. Really flexible. And honestly, I think this is the best way to film while on a bike. It's really, really nice. I got my light. I've also found the bag can block the light a little bit when it's on the handlebars. So another benefit of this Lockline is it basically becomes another place to put a light. So I'm not really using the GoPro much after dark. Pop the light up there and you get a better light position. Then in the center, I got my phone on a quad lock mount on the stem. On the left, I've got my feed bag with a water bottle, and underneath, got my frame bag with a charging port. So I hope you enjoyed this quick rundown of my cockpit for the Japan tour. If you've got any questions, put them down in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them.
This is my cockpit setup for the ride. As Chris does, I have a modified camera bag. Mine is a second-hand bag that we found of an old school style, but it allowed us to make some pretty good modifications. Initially it had an attached shoulder strap, but what I did was take that strap off, add a different buckle instead so that it can clip together and keep it contained while it's on the bike. And then I added 2 of the same buckles to the rest of the shoulder strap, so that's how it converts into a shoulder bag when it's off the bike. The shoulder strap stays in this side pocket. In the other side pocket, I have little things collected from Combinis along the way. They always give you endless wet wipes, so if we haven't used them all, I keep them in there. I think there's also a fork that we were given that we haven't used yet, just in case. They do come in handy. In the very front pocket, I keep our pouch with our money, a mask for easy access, and just maps and things that we're given along the way that might be handy on the day.
I've also decorated the front with some reflective tape and a little reflector strip from Blue Lug. On the inside, I've got some old school photography dividers here, but it sorts out my space pretty well. I've got a compartment here for my sunglasses. I've got a little on-the-go pharmacy, got all sorts of sunscreen, lip balm, hand cream, hand sanitizer, glasses, lens cleaner, anything you might need while you're out and about. I've got a section for our head torches so that they are easy access, and I've also got a section for tech. So this is my power bank, power brick, and headphones and cables. The middle section is a bit of a free-for-all, but I'll generally have my Kobo, keeping some documents out of the way, the all-important tissues, never found without tissues on this trip, a foldable tote bag, handy for travelling. I've got a beanie and a buff for if I get cold. I've got pieces of pounamu that my colleague gave to me to hand out as we go around. And then all important snacks. So some of the key snacks we've got on this trip are these Maroche. They are grape soda marshmallows, and they are very, very sugary, but great for energy, great for a little pick-me-up on the go. Also in here I have a tiny little case with a spare card. Japan is a very cash-based society, so everything else is cash, but just in case I have a card in here and other little things that I don't want to lose. So that's the bag. It attaches similarly to Chris's. It's got some shock cord and toggles and loops at the front through eyelets at the bottom there. They can come on and off. And at the back here, I've added some snaps on some webbing. So these just snap on around my rack, giving it a really secure hold. I also have my front light down here, and up with me I have my phone on a quad lock mount. I have a little bell, which I actually haven't used. Digging people does not seem to be the thing. I've got my water bottle in a feed bag, as well as a handy little lip balm. Because my bike is step through, there's not a whole lot of room here for water bottles, so I've got spare water in holsters either side down here. That's my cockpit setup. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.